Good morning, everyone, or afternoon or evening, wherever you might be checking in from. This is Terribly Live, and I am checking in from the Great Pacific Northwest in Washington. Eastern Washington, happen to be in Moses Lake. So how are you, everyone out there? And I am here with my co-host, Drake. How are you, Drake?
I'm having a great morning so far. Got a nice London fog to start it off. We've had a good couple preliminary dabs, and we're ready to take some more and chat about what we've been up to as always.
I am ready. I need to pop out, chat, and see what's going on, and also share it out if you think somebody might want to hang out with us today. Let's get this chat rocking and see who's in here today. Pop out. Hello, hello. And I am ready for a dab. How about you?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna jump in right away on some Granddaddy Purple live resin and jump in on that, a little bit of some diamonds and see how it does the trick.
All right.
I worked myself out of all the rosin we had, go figure, right away. So now it's back to the old diamonds. Back to the mines again for us.
Okay, let's see. What do I want today? I went down to the dispensary and I picked up quite a selection. I've got 3 Pacific Northwest roots going on here. Those I picked up all of. One of them is bubble, straight up bubble, full melt. And the other 2 are bubble hash. So I'm super excited digging those today. I also have some polar ice extracts.
Bubble hash rosin?
Some Constellation. Yes, bubble hash rosin. Yes, bubble hash rosin. And I also have some Constellations bubble hash rosin and 2 more bubble hash rosins of the polar ice extracts. One of them is white elephant, was it I said, or something? Right, rhino. Maybe. I don't know. I remember the name of that one. And the other one, white elephant. And the other one's forbidden fruit, which I really like. But I also really like this has all been cured. And then the one live one that I picked up is from this company here. And I picked up the sour apple. And I think I'm going to go in on that first thing today. I'm super excited to go in on that. Doesn't that look amazing?
It does. And we were just talking about those apple terps a little bit prior to the show. And that is just a profile I would love to get behind and try out, because I've never experienced it. And I know we mentioned this one isn't necessarily overly apples in your face, but we have heard of and tried those ones, at least yourself. So I'm excited to get that. Out of curiosity, is it just like a sour kind of apple profile, or the apple you experienced? What was it? Because that kind of spikes interest in me, at least. Was it a sweeter apple, one, sour apple, the one when
the one that Kathy had, that apple was.
That was an apple tartlet, I believe, correct?
And it was just a pretty apple taste. It wasn't the real sweet apple, but it wasn't a sour apple.
Oh, cool.
Which I would rather have just the plain apple candy, maybe a little bit more on the sweet side. This one probably is definitely more on the sour side though than that one. But this one doesn't have the apple complex that one had. This is not an apple. If the name apple wasn't on there, I would be like, oh, this is apple. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be doing that at all.
Cheers.
Cheers. Let's get rid of here. There we go. Dab time, you all. Thanks for being here. Ginger Bug, how are you? Teo, what's up? And Lobster in the house. How are you? CBD Boater, what's up? Cheers, y'all.
Oof, I can feel that, the expansion in the lungs, my goodness. Oh, and then right in the center of the forehead and through the temples coming through. And Granddaddy Purple's got this heavy citrus to it, which is, again, it's an odd one. I'd say Granddaddy Purple because that's the cultivar it was, but it doesn't necessarily give me the profile that I would assume from the Granddaddy Purples I've tried prior. So this one's more a little bit of earth, but mainly this citrus and this caustic citrus, but it's aged into this kind of lime, it tastes like lime chemically candy. It tastes like a fake green candy. If you had a green candy and that fake chemically taste they used to go in with it, tastes like that. So it's very interesting to get from from a plant.
Awesome.
Whew.
Oh, you know what? That one wasn't big enough. I think I should have taken a little bit bigger dab. I want to do one more. I need another one. Get this going. No, and then maybe we should let Drake jump right in on the garden updates, what we have going on. And I'm going to tell you guys, you're going to want to start paying attention to what we've got going on. As if you're interested in growing, if you're an organic person, we have some amazing people that we've been working with behind the scenes. And we have got some really cool stuff we're working on, and it's going to be really super inexpensive for you to be able, super low cost for you to be able to go in there and just like totally grow cheap on your own, down low, regenerative, the best way. No, what do I want to say? No harshness done to the environment. My God, I can't think right now. Drake, go ahead.
We could say like no harsh expenses. It kind of works for it. It's and aside from your initial setup, as with anything, depending on what you're working with. In our case, being outdoor and lots of times with the land, depending the property you're working with. After that, it's just a simple process that you are, a very small group or a small family could look after a very large amount of property, and that could be in numerous different crops or whatever we happen to do. Us specifying more with cannabis, obviously, that's what we're theming with. But it's really nice because it goes hand in hand, kind of with just agriculture in general, and just keeping the land pristine, and kind of, as Tara was saying before, just leaving it nicer than it started with. And as I was kind of flashing with the book, and as we brought up there, it's the whole Jadam principles are ultra low cost farming, which is I mean, it's a necessity for a ton of people whose situations don't leave them to be able to spend a bunch of money or to go out or to even have resources, depending on where you're located and where you are in the world. You may not have the option to get these things, so you have to use what's around you, and that's what we're getting a little bit more fluent with, and ideally, we're going to be using. Thing I'm losing. Will Tara take over?
Go ahead, Drake. I can hear you.
All right, perfect.
I can still hear you.
Wasn't sure if the audio was sticking with or not, but essentially I was going to say apply those principles to end up with product just like that, just like what you were showing, which would be fantastic. We're really excited for this season. Myself and with my really good partner, we are doing a lot of work at my location and at his property. They've got a farm out there. I've got a really small kind of urban setting farm, and we're just applying all these principles that we're learning. It's nice because here I can kind of do them on a smaller scale and kind of go a lot more creative with it, because with these things we're learning, we've kind of got like the main principles, the main foundational aspects to it, and then there's a lot of extras you can do that aren't necessarily required. On larger scales it becomes a lot less feasible. On smaller scales you can experiment a lot, so we're going to be doing a bunch of this experimentation, seeing how it works, seeing how it applies to our product, our plants, and going forward. And then out at the farm, it's a lot larger of a scale, so it'll be cool to see how that practice works at the different levels with just the exact same theories, the exact same applications aside from scaling. And then Tara's kind of smack dab in the middle with her size, which is fantastic. So we'll kind of see all this different range of uses and kind of in the different environments, even though we're pretty similar because we're only a few hours apart. But yeah, we're really excited.
Now I can't unmute. There we go. Having a little bit of difficulty this morning. There we go. Welcome everybody. If you're just tuning in, we're going to have a little bit of Q&A going on today. If you have any questions about any Jadam or natural farming techniques, we're really going down deep in that. We're learning a lot of information about that. So we invite you to follow along with us every week. We're going to be going through what we're doing to kind of catch up, how we understand that when you do the Jadam farming, we should have started back in September, a lot of this natural processes that need to go on, and harvesting of certain things and laying things on the ground, getting your ground cover going and stuff like that. And so we've been playing a little bit of catch up. And because of that, we've really been busting butt, haven't we, Drake? My gosh, you've been really busy. We've been busy.
Oh yeah, on all fronts, doing a lot of harvesting. The main thing would be just collecting just grasses and trying to get these initial base fertilizers locked down, because that's what we want to use for our soil foundation work, which starts 5 weeks plus prior to your planting. And then in ideal cases, we're going to start some work for next season in early September this year. So that's what we're really excited for, to just be fully prepared and able to take on this next season with a good understanding from all the learning we do this season. So it's going to be a great journey for the next couple seasons nonetheless.
Yes, it is. I just went out and I built 8 big beds to be growing in this year. I was able to find big grow bags. They're actually not made for grow bag. They're actually bags that are made for the forklifts. The forklifts go on and they hold, they're actually beans, lentils is actually what came in them. And so at the seed company, they can't, because of the COVID, they can't reuse the bags. So I was able to pick up these bags for $4 a piece. And they are 3 by 3 by 4 tall. And so what I did is I just cut them down. And now they're like 3 feet tall out in my yard. And then I have them full with, the bottom is gravel, big rocks, and then some sand on top of that. Then I built it up with our natural soil. And then I actually purchased some soil to put specifically for cannabis up top on the top of that. And it's like the last 15 inches or so. I can't remember the actual inches, and then right now there's a whole pile of straw and stuff on top of that. And I've been watering in some JMS, so cannabis specific JMS. So that's what I've been doing to start charging my beds. And I'm also going to be doing that every week right now. Isn't that what we're doing right now, Drake?
Yes, pretty well starting on the 11th here. We're going to get on this foundational work, which is once a week doing our applications. And as you mentioned, that will be of our JMS. You made a cannabis specific one. And just for everyone out there, anyone that's new to it, JMS stands for Jadam Microbial Solution. And I'll let Tara take it away and explain to you the process of making one and how it could be potentially cannabis specific.
Well, actually, I'm going to go over that on another show, because we're going to be showing you all of that, how to make one cannabis specific and that, because then we can show you pictures, what it actually looks like. Today, we just kind of want to touch over the basics. But please, if you are interested I would really recommend picking up one of these books. It's really easy reading to follow along. We're also going to be releasing our Discord channel, Natural Farming Discord channel coming out. We're going to release that on 4/20, y'all. So that'll be available for you to all join for free. And what that's going to be, it's going to be a natural farming reference key. And it's going to be like a little cheat sheet. So you'll be able to go in there. And if you want to know what even Jadam stands for, you'll be able to go in there, click on that word, and you'll know exactly what that stands for. If you want to know what type of potatoes to use, you'll be able to click on potatoes and you're going down that. How many potatoes to use? And we're going to have like real specific but quick and key points that are going to be like little flashcards. And I'm super excited to be doing this, because I feel like is what we're missing right now.
Yeah, it's gonna exactly bring all the information that's kind of all over the place. Specifically, even in that book, there's different parts you need to pull from different sections. But as this whole let's just call natural farming and encompass that as one, there's a lot of things that are let's say in far corners of different places that are really hard to obtain. And for say someone like myself who only speaks English, who only can translate and read English and doesn't that much for the anyways, it's hard to get all the information, right? Like lots of stuff is in say Korean or in another language, and you have to be able to decipher it. And then lots of stuff is only able to be obtained straight from the source, right? Straight from one of these inventors or one of the creators of these styles. And unless you have some sort of an in or someone that speaks the same language and has a connection there, you're not going to be able to obtain that information. So I'm not saying that we have all this like crazy stuff that no one else does, but there's certain pieces that we're able to obtain, and anything that we get, we want to just be able to put out in a concise way, because especially for myself, it's really hard to put a bunch of different things together unless it's laid out for me like really point blank and really easily. And like I can obviously go off on rabbit holes and get worked up and confused rather simply. So it's nice to have a really concise layout. So for this, it's going to be like, you know, a lot to it. Like there's going to be a lot of different little sections, but they're all going to be so simple and so explanatory, and just simple things like what does JDAM stand for? What's JMS? What's the JLF? And so on and so forth. So
and it's going to be free. We're not asking anybody to pay for it or anything. It's going to be totally free. It's going to be there for a community to come in and share all about natural farming. And it'll be set up a little bit different than a lot of Discords, and I'm looking forward to it because we have some people working with us that have been on Discord for a long period of time, and they know how to run it, they know how to do it. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be amazing. So that's what I have looking forward to on 420. We're also going to have a show on 420. I think we haven't even announced what time yet, so we'll let you guys know closer to that on 420. Today I have my Congo behind me. If y'all are wondering what this beautiful girl is sitting behind me, I am so happy with her. She is going to be going outside. Oh my gosh, is she not beautiful? Look at that. Oh,
this is going to be obscene.
Oh my God, look how tall. Look at that. Oh my God,
I've got over another month to go indoors. Then it gets to veg outside for a couple months under the beautiful sun in ideal conditions in those amazing beds. Like,
so I wanted to mention down here at the bottom, I have a little tent. If you notice, I have a little tent set up down here. And while I was out foraging for some natural grasses that I bring up into my yard, into my garden, I was out there and I found 3 little nests of praying mantis. So if you guys are out,
ooh, that's awesome.
And you are out and you see any of this out in the grass, these are praying mantis nests. Do not squish them. They are very, very awesome. You can bring them back to your garden and you can have praying mantises for free. Isn't that cool? So yeah, I'm super excited. I've got them here. I got them in a little tent. I'm going to have them hatch out here inside because I have quite a few plants that they can go in through here. I'm probably going to take one more and put one more out in my garden area, in my greenhouse area. So super excited. I didn't even know what those were like a long time ago until I bought them. And then I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know that that's what they even look like. So super excited. I wanted to share that with y'all today.
It's cool that they're nearby for you to grab. And with them, they are an awesome critter, an awesome insect in general, but they don't discriminate. So they will eat whatever goes too close to them. They will get everything. So they're awesome, but you wouldn't want 5,000 in your small little area outside because they may throw off the balance, just as we're finding out we can do with beneficial.
Yeah, they will go crazy, and like that's too many in my little indoor garden. So I'm gonna take them, like I said.
And then indoor, like there's also there would be like you want them to decimate everything in a sense, so it wouldn't be as bad. Whereas maybe if you released them into your little flower garden, all of a sudden you'd find all your flowers full of praying mantis and carcasses of bees. Not necessarily, but it could be possible.
Yeah, there you go. So also I wanted to bring up that I've been doing some other experimenting. I have some clones that I took of my beautiful girl here, the Congo here. And that's what I have back over here. I have some clones that I took and I did 6 of each. I did 6 clones. I dipped in the Lush Roots from Dragonfly Earth Medicine. And I did 6 clones with the Wow Mycorrhizae. So I'm kind of doing a little side-by-side study, see which one my Congo likes better. I'm really curious. So I'll let you guys know, let you guys pick, see what you guys think. I just barely did those last week, so I'm not gonna mess with the roots right now. I'm gonna give them a week. So next weekend, let's test them out next Saturday. I'm gonna on the live, I'm gonna pull those out and you guys can tell me what roots you think look better. And they're kind of both sitting in the same area. They're over there, so you'll be the judge. I'll bring 3 and 3 of the best plants, and then you guys can be the judge of that. I think that'll be interesting.
Sounds good to me.
What else we got going on, Drake? Do you have anything you want to share? We're going to be waking wedding agent today, or no, not today, tomorrow. We're going to be making
pretty soon, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Making some more JWA, the wedding agent. I'm excited about that because we out at the farm, especially, there's just casualties of the animal there, just from being on a farm and predatory birds and just mishaps, and that's how it goes. So we've decided that at some point this season, probably not this most recent time, but myself and my buddy Cam, we would like to cook down one of the casualties, if an animal there, and get the fat from it, and then use that so that we can make the wedding agent with that as like a sustainable resource that was sourced from the same property and everything else. Aside from that, we can use any sort of 99% refined oils. So like the last time I used canola oil, I think Tara, you said you've got some rapeseed oil and canola oil, or what you got?
I got grape. Yes, grape.
Grapeseed. Yeah.
I didn't know if you said rape or grape.
See, it's a good. I can kind of tongue twister with that one. Get away with both.
I see Bingo is calling for a bong rip in chat. Hey guys, welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate all the support today. Main Green, he's been tuning in saying he's been growing Korean for a while. No till, that's awesome. We got Kess in the house. Hey Kess, welcome. How are you today? Visible Farms, love you, man. Thanks, guys. Cheers, everybody. Let's have a dab or two. What's everybody smoking on? I forgot to ask y'all that. What y'all having today?
Purple blueberry is what I'm going in this time.
And I forgot to clean out my banger, so let me give me a minute, clean that out. And I didn't like that white rhino or elephant or whatever that last one was. Not my favorite.
What kind of profile is it?
I don't know. I don't even know how it. Honestly, I don't think they cured it very well. I think they did. I don't think.
Oh, the planty profile.
No, too dry. No terps.
Oh, I see which way you're going to. I mean, a little bit of both, right? If anything,
I'm not happy with it. I think it was dry and no terps, and I'm not used to bubble hash being like that. I'm used to some nice fire that I get. So kind of picky these days.
Well, yeah. I mean, you should be. If you have the opportunity to be, or if you have even better, the chance to do it yourself. But yeah, I'm wondering how long it was sitting around too, because other cultivars are going to do better than
in the fridge. These were kept in the fridge from the day they got them. My dispensary keeps these stable, so I don't know. Go ahead, Drake.
For sure. Even then, if it's sometimes it's months on months yeah. we've seen before, and then it could be a factor. But yeah, as long as they're kept at a solid temperature, you shouldn't have too much degradation.
Because they have another one that's called Forbidden Fruit that I got, and their Forbidden Fruit one actually is much better than this one. So this one I think they did a shitty cure job or a hashing job on this. I'm not impressed with it. Or maybe it just never had the terps to begin with. Maybe that was it. Maybe it was never grown. And I mean, it's hard to say. We don't really know. We don't know. I don't know the farmer, It's hard to say when you don't know the farmer. Puffing on some LSD. Nice. Cheese Force, blueberry tea quick. Is that what and Jack Hare. Oh, I would love to have a Jack Hare. I seriously, Jack Hare and the Kimbo Kush or something. I think I want to look for next year. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that Kimbo, you seem to always enjoy every time you get it.
I do, and there's no more left. I bought it all. If I can ever get this thing open here, I was going to go in on some of this, but these things are so hard to get open sometimes. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Stu. How are you today? What's up, Weedist? Let's have a dab, you all. Say hello to one another. I'm so glad you're all coming in and saying hi. I love it. Building a family one person at a time. Let's get some new people in here next week, y'all. Let's get some new people.
And when's everyone transplanting? Is anyone going to get a little cheeky this year because of the season we're having and try and get out there before May long? Our foundational work kind of has our hands tied as to when we can start, but that's only where we're doing that. So there's specific areas where I might start a few things a little bit early just to see how they go, but there's a good chance, especially in my area here, that we'll get that last dirty frost that might kill off the fresh starts. But yeah, I'm curious. I think we might have a bit of an early season from the look of it.
I think we might have, normally around here, we're not supposed to go out till like May, Mother's Day in May. And so, see, now this one, even the smell looks better. It just, I don't know. If the
smell looks better, it must be.
The smell looks better. Even it smells better, and it even looks better.
Yeah, it does.
2 in 1, kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
We know
I can tell by even when I put my dab tool in it, it's creamier. It's not dry. So I even know, like, even that's going to be pretty. Like when you scoop that out, it's a nice scoop, it's pretty. It's not chalky, and it's creamy. The creamy consistency is how I'd explain it. So then it's going to be more chirpy.
If I'm with the hash rosins, also the times when they're that consistency, it's generally a bit higher of a terpene profile, no matter what the profile is. They got that nice cream to them. And sometimes, the really popular thing now is with your jar of whatever size, just kind of hitting it with the dabber tool and along the top, making a bunch of craters, let it sit for a little while in whatever cure, or just out. And if it's got a high enough content of terpenes, it'll actually rise to the surface and pool in these little craters, and it kind of gives that cool picture. And then when you scoop up your dab, obviously you could choose to take a larger portion of the terps and blast yourself with a little bit more caustic and flavorful experience. But yeah, I've got to be careful because it's generally, like the last one we got, it was with the Tropicana cookies, and that one on its own, just that profile, that loud citrus as well is a harsh one on the throat, I find. So got to be careful scooping extra terps with that.
That's a pretty big dab, y'all. Oh, I see my other brother from another mother. Oh my God, I can't even talk today. Your boy's tuning in. How are you, your boy? Awesome to see you out there. We got Moongate tuning in. How are you doing, Moongate? And of course, I miss Kathy. Kathy, how are you, sister? Kathy's sister is trimming away right now. I think she is in the middle of harvest. We got a lot of people in the middle of harvest. Who else is harvesting out there right now?
Well,
cheers, everyone.
Myself as well. I know we got another close friend that was pretty well on the same day doing it. I just got the plants up yesterday. There wasn't too many, maybe 10 4 gallons, and then a few plants out of a 32 by 32 bed. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how they look so far, and extremely excited for the next run, as everyone always is. But this time, as I'm looking over here, I've got another 32 by 32 bed and a 4 foot by 8 foot bed that I'm gonna implement in there. And just the bed made the other plants look like I was neglecting them and going in there and cussing and swearing at them every day. And they all got the exact same treatment, aside from the bed has a more consistent watering system with the blue mats. I would just go in there and occasionally do a little bit of top dressing, but it was pretty much set it and forget it, and just a little bit of thinning when I needed. But for the most part, I didn't even do much de-leafing because I got ample airflow. The air sniper was put into the room last run, so that's allowing us to confidently run a little bit more humidity and a little bit I don't want to say too much denser of a canopy and stuff, because you don't want to be presenting yourself with problems, but I was a little more confident with everything because we had a known product that will prevent these things from spreading rapidly for the most part. So the air snipers are pretty cool. But yeah, so that was fun, and I'm curious if anyone else out there is synced up with harvest time. If anyone's got their drying going on, and maybe if anyone has any specific way they like to dry, because I shoot for 60, and I've recently done 60, 55 for the first day, and then brought it up to around 60, 65 for the next 10 days, let's say. Trying something new. Pull out a little bit of that humidity right off the bat to remove any chance of these pathogens forming any of the bud rot growing, or any of those bad things you don't want. And then after that first 12 hours or so on and so forth, allow it back up to the 60% or 65%, wherever you so choose. And we find with not reducing the humidity too much, like not going below the 55-ish level, you're not really sacrificing a whole ton of terpenes, but you're able to kind of more guarantee you get that moisture out still semi-quick enough off the bat, just a little bit of it, so you're reducing the likelihood for any negative effects. So we'll see. Excited for that too. This is the largest nugs I've pulled out of this room so far, but it's had nothing impressive so far. So aside from quality, I've always been happy with the quality.
Nice. That sounds awesome.
Squirrel. Ramble.
We got Himalayan Highland. Hello. How are you? Smoking sativa in there, huh? Calm. Keep it calm. It's doing that today. How are you all doing? Welcome. I think we got some new listeners in the house. Thanks for being here, guys. If you're just tuning in, we are about natural farming today. We are taking a few questions. If anybody's got any questions from the chat, excuse me, any questions from the chat,
I got
you're
one.
Definitely welcome to send them out. And then Drake and I are going to be updating you a little bit more and sharing some more natural farming techniques with you. So go ahead, Drake.
I got not a question, but more of something that's a cool tip and trick that you're implementing right now. You've got some plants, right? Some younger plants, and you've started a lot from seed and from regulars. And we now want to make haste and figure out what's what, so we're not spending a whole lot of time keeping boys and girls in the same space. Or if you're not trying to keep any males, you don't want to have them around, so you don't want to be wasting resources and time and all the fun stuff that comes with that. So what's this trick that you, I believe, have done prior as well, right? You did this last time for your little guys and girls.
So I was taught by a friend. They talked me into putting my plants into 48 hours of darkness, and this will show their sex within 14 days. If I'm not sure, if I remember right, I think it's 2 weeks. And so I just, my first batch, my New Year's babies that I had planted with everybody on New Year's, those ones actually went in and got sexed a while back. And now I have females to pick from. And those were the ones I think I brought in here and showed you last time. So last night, I just took a whole batch of my second batch of planting that y'all saw on the channel, and I just threw them in a tent, and I crawled in there. I made sure everything was dark. You have to crawl in there. No light leaks. It's also super, super important to have air movement going through there, because for 48 hours, you can't open those babies. You also obviously make sure they're watered, because you don't want to put them there without any water. But because you put them there with water, you got to make sure there's not too much humidity. So you got to force some air through there. So there's a lot of stuff going on. This is new for me as a tent person. I'm not a tent grower. I'm growing outdoors normally. So for me to get along and get this going and sex them faster, I'm putting them in 48 hours of darkness. And in 2 weeks, I should know if they're male or female. And it really doesn't hurt them from what I understand. We'll find out. This is my first year for this part.
Yeah. Just it seems like a little stressor, of course. Obviously, not many plants are coming out right at that point and having that switch and then going back, but it seems pretty minimal. And obviously, it worked fantastic for all the other plants. And then you made quite good use of any of the boys as well, since you weren't trying to breed and actually keep males, right?
Yeah, so I took all the males, and I ended up making, that was how I made my cannabis specific FPJ. No.
Fertilizer.
No, I did JLF, excuse me. JLF, Jadam.
Liquid fertilizer.
All
these acronyms.
And I also did the JMS, cannabis specific. There we go.
Which I'm excited that we're going to get into on more specific episodes and jump into, because it's super cool. And we have got all these cannabis specific things we're able to try and do and implement. But yeah, you in turn, what I was getting at with there is, for if you have access to seeds, even if they're regulars and not breaking your bank to buy, we love pushing regulars and saying pop all of, always be pop them plants. And when you do maybe techniques like this, we're gonna obviously try a little bit more and hear from other people and see how it goes. But so far it's looking great. So you can do techniques like this. not have to harbor them for an extremely long time. Of understandably, plant counts. If you have a plant count, it is what it is. You can't make it work, maybe. But if you have the luxury not to, definitely roll with them. And if they get a decent size, or even if they don't, as soon as you see the sex you don't want the males, you pluck them out. You can throw them into a bucket, and then we're going to get into another episode as to how to do these really simple JLFs, Jadam liquid fertilizers, which are very easy to make. Then you just set it and forget it for a little while, and now you've got a cannabis specific fertilizer, or fertilizer that's specific to whichever crop, with however we make it. Yeah, I'm excited to jump into that more, and we've been doing this on the back end a bit and getting more fluent and comfortable with it too. So
yeah, I mean, right now, if y'all just want to make some fertilizer for cannabis, you got to go out and get some leaf mold soil, and you literally just take this good leaf mold soil. If you know how to collect it, you can go find out in the book. And if you got any questions, please DM us. We'll talk to you. Let us know. We'd love to even chat with you. If you want to Zoom, if any of you want to Zoom out there, if you've got any questions, you'd want to show us your plants, you want to show us your grow, we would love to chat with you. We'd love to help you out, because we've had so much help on the back end, and we just want to continue and give it forward and pay it forward. And that's really what we're here doing. And we really appreciate all of you here, because I know so many of you in chat also give back to the community. You guys are awesome. You guys are out there on Instagram. I see you out there making posts. Pilgar goes live all the time from his grow. He's always giving awesome information on there. So yeah, I love all of you guys out in the community. It's so cool. So please, if there is anybody that has any questions, but all you've got to do is go out and find some leaf mold soil, the cannabis leaves, take them and put them literally in a bucket. You really want it out the dark. You want it to be in a dark type of a bucket or a jar, something you can kind of semi-seal. It isn't going to smell good. It does kind of give off a funky odor, but if you have a cap on it, you can't smell it until you open it up. It really doesn't stink. I have one in a cookie jar kind of like thing, and I have foil on the outside, and I just keep adding cannabis leaves to it, and I have leaf mold in there and water, and then you fill it with water, and it's just awesome. I mean, it's super easy. Free cannabis fertilizer right there.
No, yeah, it's fantastic. So I can't wait to jump into those episodes more and really describe the nitty gritty on them and show kind of what we've done and how we're implementing it, and kind of the progress. We'll try and get some shots of before and after and during and all the fun stuff. So
yeah, I'm super excited. Man, that dab got me good. I am happily high. I am so happily high. I really like that dab. How are you all doing out there? Does anybody have any questions today? Did we go on a little too fast for you, or
that's a given. That's just how we roll.
Yeah, we kind of talk a little fast sometimes for people. So if you got any questions, let us know. And I think we're going to throw out the link here in a few minutes. And we'll see if anybody would like to jump on and show us your grow for the last 15 minutes of the show. And then we'll also leave the link live. And if anybody would like to hang out for a few minutes after the show goes off air, we would definitely love to meet you. I love meeting the community. It's so cool to finally put names to faces out there. We got to meet Lobster last time. It was awesome. You jumped on. And a Gingerbug, we've hung out with Gingerbug and Visible. We haven't got to hang out yet because you're darn internet, but someday we'll have internet everywhere, huh?
Man, isn't that the issue with a lot of these with a lot of the farmers, right? We work so hard to get far away so that we can have our privacy and our space, but now we kind of have to forfeit proper internet. So we'll see. Hopefully it's coming around. It looks like there's a lot of things that have been happening on the back end that have been fixing up the internet issues. So who knows? Either way, we're blessed to be able to communicate however we can.
I see we got some mushrooms in chat. Somebody doing their dosing today. That's awesome. I already did my microdose.
Daily dosing.
Daily dosing. It definitely has helped me through the depression. I will say that has definitely, I'm so glad I added the microdosing to my regimen. It definitely has helped me through the winter blues this year, because wow. Now I'm feeling much more energized now that the sun's here. It's really, that sun really helps. So everybody get out there and get that sun, because what is it, our vitamin D that we need? And then what was the other one? There was a B something there we needed. There was some other stuff, but God, I got to get out there and get that vitamin D, definitely. Zoom link. Let's throw it out. Should we? Drake, is there any more questions you've got or any more information you wanted to share with anybody today? Or?
I'm sure I could blab and blab as I have prior, but maybe we'll save it for the most part. The only other thing we got, a little update, is we got a lot of plants rocking in the veg room here. We're getting everything ready for outdoors here. And then at the farm, and we've got preparations made for plants to veg out a little bit for the next month and a bit prior to planting. So we're super excited about that. We'll maybe get some more pics or a little sneak peek in the near future, maybe the next episode or something like that. Quite a few new cultivars that we're excited for trying, and seems to be going pretty well. Haven't lost too many plants overall, and we've gone through a lot more than usual, and it's just one of the things. Again, we're blessed here in Canada. We are covered under a solid medical system, so we're able to generally get a solid amount of plants. I still think that everyone should be able to grow as many plants as they need. As with a lot of other things, they can do as much as they want, but we have to work within the systems we're provided, and that's what we do. So one day everyone will be able to grow what they want and have what they want. We hope that's what we're pushing for, or at least the knowledge to do so. And then if some seeds accidentally fall into your flower bed, you didn't know what kind of flowers it was, you'll know how to treat it. So appreciate you all. I'll do another dab, that's for sure.
Awesome, Drake. I will too. Let me.
And jumps on after. And
yeah, let's do that. If we're going to give anybody about 5 more minutes, if anybody wants to jump on, we'll give you 5 more minutes on that link. And then we are going to go off air, and we'd love to hang out with anybody that'd like to hang out, chit chat with us. And we will be back on next Saturday. We are trying to get on a normal schedule for y'all. So every Saturday at 10 o'clock right now, we're going to set it. Right, Drake?
Yeah, and we are we've been working back and forth trying to getting Swami on here, but it's just been a busy time of the year, and with everything going on, and just with we got a new computer on Tara's end and setting up things on the back, and the
Emerald Cup just ended, so yeah, so he was a judge for that, and so we'll have some information. We'll get to hear some back end stories. I'm kind of excited to get to talk to people after the Cup, right? More after the Cup than you do before the Cup. So, hey, why not?
And for us, it's been just awesome. Grind time. Like we've got our calendars synced up. We're out there or in here or whichever, working pretty well all day long, getting all these preparations done. And just with doing a lot of other things on the back end, it's time consuming for sure. So we've been taking advantage of the extra time to do stuff that's not yet shown, but should hopefully be a big help to everyone out there.
Should I go in the Yamaka Presidential OG?
Yamaka.
Okay, let's do Yamaka. What does Yamaka even stand for? What is it?
I'm not sure.
Does anybody even know?
I just remember.
I've heard, this is the only cultivar, or this is the Pacific Northwest Roots is the only one I've ever heard that had this.
I believe we did look it up prior, but
I forgot.
That was before this morning, so we forget.
We forget. Okay, well, here you go. I just opened it up. That's how it's spelt. This is let's see if it's actually going to focus for you all. There you go. Total terp 1198. Well, we'll see. It actually has a beautiful smell right out of the glass. You can see that it started to change a little bit. The colors started to shift a little bit, so you can tell that it's chirpy. That's a good sign when it's chirpy, when it starts to have different colors like that. I don't mind it. So if you guys think that's a bad sign, it's really not. For me, I like it. And then there you go. There's a little bit of the color that way. There you go. So yeah, let's go in on that. Cheers, y'all. Let's have a heat up. Y'all want to smoke with us? We'll smoke one out. Drake's having one. Going in strong.
Yeah, cheers everyone. Load it up. Ready to rock? Going in on some Thin Mint cookies this time. Last of the jar.
Finishing up the jar. The bottom of the rocks.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever would complain about the bottom of the jar. Ever. Ever.
Well, that's where the terps settle.
Oh. All right, y'all.
Oof.
Let that cool for just a minute.
Cookies and Kush.
Cheers.
No mint though. Just cookies and Kush. Yeah, I haven't had that for a while. Jar's been hiding on me. Pretending like it's empty over in the corner. Had one left for me in there.
Someone said they got their seeds wet and dirty. Ooh. Does that mean somebody's popping more beans?
Getting ready.
Popping more beans? Nice. We like to pop them beans.
I've got a ton of herbs and vegetables that I need to
Oh,
desperately
you know what? Right.
pass the date. But even like today, it's like
Right here.
outside. It sounds like my gazebo is gonna fly away. I had to get up and
I know
close
it's
it, so.
super windy here too, Drake. So today will be a good day to plant some seeds. I have got to get some tomato seeds. I got some sunflower seeds. I got lettuce seeds. They're going to be going in. Yeah. So I got quite a few things that I got, and I have lots more seeds. These are just ones I just bought the other day because I was out of some of the ones. So gosh, I hate going near those seed aisles. I am like a seedaholic on those things.
It's like
And you get up to the cash register and I'm like, I spent how much on seeds? Holy shit.
You just pull us in.
So yeah, I need to start doing more seed saving next year. Put that on the list. Well, y'all, I am going to throw the link out when we go off air. If anybody wants to hang up with us for a little bit, and we'll take a couple more dabs if anybody wants to hang out. And we really appreciate you being here today. It was awesome to finally, get to hang out and chit chat a little bit every week. I love it. I love getting to hang out with everybody. And you're going to get to see this Congo right next to me be transplanted outside pretty soon. I'm super looking forward to that. We're going to be taking you out back as soon as the weather gets nice. You'll actually be able to see some of these awesome things going on. And we're going to be showing you some of the fertilizers that we've been working with and the natural farming techniques that we've been working with. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Drake, any final words?
No, you nailed it. Cheers, everyone. Thank you very much. And we'll keep bringing you updates.
All right, y'all. As always, please share if you think anybody would like to learn about natural farming and if they'd like to come hang out with us on a weekly basis. I'd love to have more people in here and hang out with you all. I love all of you that continue and support me week after week. I can't thank you enough. And I love everybody that continues to put out YouTube videos and information for us all for free. And I really, really appreciate it because that's really, truly giving back. And I can't thank you enough. So as always, peace and love.